I wouldn't imagine that they're going to go too crazy with a number of characters in the game, because I think that seeing a character list with like just a million little faces on it would be like off-putting to the casual audience that they just want to pick up and play the game, you know what I mean?
Ono told us that there will be new characters, like original characters, and well, Street Fighter 2 had one girl, okay, and like that's a problem because nowadays people want more female characters in their fighting games, like a DOA, and he was like, oh, don't worry, we'll have more girls.
That's true.
So I do think that the new characters may be largely female.
I'm glad the old characters are going to feel the same, and if I want to play Blanca and hop in and just do it, I'm pretty sure that Blanca is going to be in the game and I'm going to be able to do that. But if I want, you know, to feel like I'm playing something new, I'm really hoping, like, I hope that there are new moves. Like, I don't want just fireball motions and charge motions. Like, I want one new motion added for this game.
They created whole new archetypes for 3, so I think they will here as well. Right. But it is tough because that first time all we had was Ken and Ryu, who basically play very similarly. And then the second time we went and played it, they had Dhalsim and Chun-Li, but they weren't done. Dhalsim was more finished. He had his moves and he looked finished, and he looked kind of crazy. We don't have any screenshots of him or any footage of him, but he's really wide now, which I found looked kind of weird for him because he's such a skinny guy usually, and now he's big and thick.
I thought it looked surprisingly normal. Like, as much as I thought he would look crazy given how wide everyone's supposed to be, like, I thought he looked more normal than I expected he would.
The version we played was sped up because they said
they sped it all the way up to
they wanted to go really fast so then they could balance it from there and then pull it back. Right. But when we saw him play it in slow motion, you could really appreciate all the little pieces of animations. It's like Dhalsim does his double crotch punch thing, and then he has the rubbery arms, like when they kind of retract, or like when people are getting punched, you see the reactions on their faces and stuff. Like it's a lot more vivid than it used to be.
I'm not a big Dhalsim player, but you know, when I hopped in, one of the things I wanted to do was try to use all of his moves.
Were you teleporting around? Yeah, you were.
So teleporting was, I was doing teleporting like the whole time, and that used to be really hard for me to do on the old Street Fighters, and it's the motion just works more often this time.
Pretty much every motion was really easy to pull off. Yeah. Like almost easier than it's been in past games.
Right. And it's not that they're changing the input motion, it's just that they're giving you more frames to hit the button or something like that. So it's like, it's just more lax, and so I think more people will find it easier to play because of that.
I think it's going to be interesting to see how like art styles compare with the new characters to the people they brought back, because people that brought back kind of have to look like they used to, but then they're also in like the new style, which they weren't created for. Right. So if like the new characters look a lot more natural, maybe it's just because we're used to the old designs.
Well, the one new character that Ono made for Capcom Fighting Evolution was, her name is Ingrid, and they also put her in the PSP version of Street Fighter Alpha 3, and she's awesome, but she's very much not a traditional Street Fighter character. She's almost more like a King of Fighters girl. She had magic. Yeah. She was like a magic character, and she's in Street Fighter, so I'm afraid he might go a little overboard with the new girls. We'll see. They could be weird.
And who knows if that was even his design. Like, I mean, he was the producer on that game, but he's been on a lot of games.
Well, but that was designed by him and the artist Ikeno, who's doing this game. Like, they made that character Ingrid, so that may be a glimpse into the future of Street Fighter 4's characters.
And don't forget, there's always downloadable content.
Right, which we asked him about, and he said he would like to do that. Like, he likes the idea of downloadable content for updates, for characters, for stages.
I mean, I don't think they're going to go that crazy with it. They did say that they didn't want any, you know, they don't want you to be able to necessarily customize your costume for your character the way you would do it in a Virtua Fighter or Dead or Alive. Or
he said like he doesn't want Ryu wearing a funny hat or whatever.
I mean, arguably they already let them do funny enough colors in most of the modern Street Fighters anyway, but I think they want them to look like iconic, you know, the characters you remember from the old days, you know.
Alright, well, that brings into online. I mean, what's going on with online?
Capcom right now really respects the Western audience and understands what Western gamers want from their games, which is, you know, like heavy online components.
I think it's a good sign that when they debut this game in the US, that kind of, to me, says Western audience, and that is online.
Right. Ono did say that there was like something, like some sort of new feature or something about the way that it was going to be organized or whatever that they had. They had a great idea and they weren't going to talk about it yet, but you know,
it almost sounded to me like it could be organized worldwide tournaments or something, because he said it tied into like the central theme of Street Fighter, that you're like this warrior traveling the world, you know, testing your might against others, and
that would be awesome.
It kind of implied to me like some sort of organized ranking stuff. Well, we'll see.
I'm both excited about Street Fighter 4 and worried at the same time. Like I'm not totally sold on it right now. I think there's a chance that for me as like a guy who plays quite a few fighting games, I think there's a chance that next year I'll spend most of my time playing Soul Calibur. I think Soul Calibur is looking better and better, and if it has the online experience I'm looking for, that might be the game for me. I have no doubt that Street Fighter is going to appeal to a much wider audience. And what I think is strange is that they haven't really nailed down whether or not HD Remix is going to come out first. I mean, I know everyone just assumes it has to, right?
It will.
Okay. Hopefully that'll whet everyone's appetite and everyone's going to be ready for more Street Fighter, and then hopefully Street Fighter 4 will come out and not feel like just a incremental improvement over that game, because I think that would be a problem.
I used to love playing Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 3, and then there was a point where after playing Soul Calibur 1 for a while, I'm like, I had to kind of, it was like hard for me to admit, but I'm like, I think this is a better game, and I'm like, I kind of fell in love with Soul Calibur. It's a different kind of feel playing a Street Fighter versus playing a Soul Calibur. Like, Soul Calibur is a little bit more technical. You have to be really on your game. You had to be thinking about parrying and guard impacts and all that stuff, an 8-way run and how all the different dynamics work together.
You're making me smile, Shu. You're making me smile.
I love that shit. Yeah, it's really awesome. But like lately, I think because you're working on Street Fighter 4 cover, like you broke out Street Fighter Alpha 2, and I try to get, I'm like, put that away, let's play Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. But it's something, it's
Alpha 2 is my favorite.
Street Fighter 3 Third Strike is so much better.
I love Third Strike.
And I'd rather play almost any Street Fighter 2 than Street Fighter Alpha 2. But it's kind of a more casual, like laid-back experience because it's not quite as hardcore. Even though it's a hardcore game, you could just have fun with it. All the moves are pretty innate to all of us. You know, even if you're picking a character you're not that good with, you just like, I know it's fireball something or a charge back and forth something. So it's kind of a relaxing game. So I'm kind of looking forward to that with Street Fighter 4, which is just like
a little less stressful.
Yeah, it's less stressful. It's less brain intensive, and you could just kind of sit back and just have fun with it. You know, like it's a more casual gaming experience, and I'm looking forward to that.
I mean, I'm definitely optimistic for Street Fighter 4. I think it has a long ways to go, and I don't want them to rush it. If it takes Christmas 2009 to make this look right, then
I totally
then
agree.
give it all that time.
Yeah.
I mean, there's enough other games between now and then.
Oh yeah.
And I think Ono has a lot of balls to do this because no one wanted him to do it. Capcom didn't want him to do it, and he believes in it. And I think like the hatred and negativity that a lot of fans are espousing about this game is misplaced, and they should, you know, like, be patient, have faith.
I look at like what I'm looking forward to coming out in the next year or two, and like this is definitely in my top 5. Like I can't put it away no matter how many like little things that are easy to pick out that just, you know, might be annoying or whatever. But like it, you know, just the way it plays and the way it feels, it's like, you know, top 5 for me.
Is there anything else you guys can tell me?
I feel like you've told you too much, actually. I think that's a wrap.
Yeah, way too much.
I'm not gonna tell anybody.
Of course you're gonna tell people.